Hey everybody, T-Man again, bringing you guys another video, and once again, my second video I'm doing here on my fantasy booking on what I would do with the WWE superstars if I had to book in the direction I would put these superstars. Again, complete fantasy booking in my head, what I would do with the guys and what I see. You need to have a direction for every single guy, even if you're never going to put them in a title picture, even if you're not going to do anything with them. It's important to have for each wrestler to do something like they did in the Attitude Era, like they did in the Federation days. Each guy needs to have something, not a stupid gimmick, but they need to have a storyline and they need to have a direction and somewhere to go. That is what's wrong with the product today. Those of you who want to know what's wrong with the WWE in 2016, I did a video you guys can see. I'm going to do my cheap plug for me right now. You guys please like this video, subscribe, let's build this channel together, guys, and I will answer any videos you get, and I'll tell you, this is just my opinions. This is just my opinions and my fantasy booking on what I would do. I'll never be a part of the WWE, but if I was, this is what I would do, okay? I want to build this YouTube channel together. There's so much great content here for wrestling for YouTube. I'm hoping just to be another name on your guys' lists, your guys' subscriptions that you guys watch and for wrestling. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there that does reviews. Some of them does information and stuff, and there's other ones that do rant. There's one YouTuber on here that I want to give a shout out to. If you guys want to see rants and what's really wrong with the WWE and a more rated R content, please check out Charlie's Anti-PG Rant King 2016. This guy here, I like watching his videos because if I just want to snap as a long-term fan and just blurt out everything what's wrong, this guy here, Charlie, check out his channel. Once again, his channel is Charlie Anti-Rant PG Rant King 2016. Check him out. He makes some pretty entertaining videos as well. But focusing back on this video here is my fantasy booking for King Barrett, Wade Barrett, and the last one I did, my first one I did was on Alberto Del Rio, so I'm not necessarily going in alphabetical order. I'm not going with the big stars first right away. I'm going on what I think. When a superstar comes to my head and I look at a superstar and say, man, this guy has potential. This guy could really do something. Why haven't this guy done anything in the past? Wade Barrett is a guy I really look at. Here's a guy that WWE is just not creative with, and I believe they dropped the ball on him hard in 2010. Wade Barrett is a guy that came in the company with more steam I've ever seen in the modern era as a rookie coming up right out of the gate. I thought his promos were great in 2010 when he broke out of the with the Nexus and the original NXT, when he broke out, with Daniel Bryan, Rotunda, Heath Slater, all those guys that were involved in that group. Man, he broke out, and I still remember, I was at that SummerSlam in 2010 when the Nexus took over against Team John Cena in that Survivor Series type match. I was in that arena at the Staples Center for that SummerSlam, and Wade Barrett was over, man. His mic skills, and then I remember the storylines they did after that with him and John Cena, man. With John Cena as a slave thing, I didn't necessarily like that, but I liked the push that he was getting, and I remember watching him in that 2010. I'm like, this guy's gonna be a world champion. This guy's gonna win the title just as quicker than Kurt Angle. Now, I'm not comparing the wrestling skills, Kurt Angle and Barrett. I'm just saying he's gonna make that kind of splash and be a main player that quickly, like Kurt Angle did. Because the guy, if you looked at that mic work and the storyline they gave him, it was great, man. He was running with that. Here was a guy where they could have cemented a main event player, kind of like what they tried to do with Sheamus. They kind of did that with Sheamus out of the gate, making him a main player right away because he was Irish and he kissed Vince McMahon's ass, and Vince McMahon liked Sheamus right off the bat, you know? And I was okay with that at first or whatever, but I think Barrett was a guy they should have did that more, that same formula with, and I have a feeling Barrett would have been more successful in the heel role than Sheamus. You know, I look at the two, you know, I think Barrett would have been the perfect guy. I think he would have been the perfect guy to build as a world champion. So now looking at him now in 2016, gave him the bad news gimmick, gave him the IC title. I mean, they try with him, but I feel like they don't know what to do with him. I would go right back down to basics. You know, I would go right back down to basics with Barrett, and then the King Barrett, and now he's with the League of Nations, and he's literally like the least relevant member of that group, and it hurts my heart seeing a guy that has the look, and I know Vince McMahon's all about the work. He is a good heel top guy to have if they built him like that, because he's a guy that could make everybody that he's in the ring with make him look like $1 million. He can do jobs for everybody, and that's what you want for a heel top guy. For a heel top guy, you want that heel in a top level, in the main card, in like the World Heavyweight title scenario, US title, whatever. You want to make that heel, make that baby face look like $1 million, or make it look like he can beat you down to shreds. And Wade Barrett could. It's believable for him to beat you down to shreds, or for him to just sell for you. You know, he's a great heel. I like it. So here's what I would do with him here in 2016. I would, like I said, I would go back to basics, and I would kind of take all those guys. And there was a rumor of the Nexus coming back. I don't think it will, and I'm not saying bring back the Nexus. I would like have him like tease it. Bringing back the Nexus with like Otunga, who does the Raw pre-show on the WWE Network. Heath Slater, who's doing the Outcasting. Daniel Bryan, even though he's retired and all that, you know, I'm sure he'll be in the backstage thing. I would talk to all these guys, saying, you know what, man, when we came in 2010, we made a wave, and everyone that, and even Ryback, you know, Skip Sheffield, all those guys say, you know what, man, when we came in, we made a wave. We made a wave in 2010, and look at us now. We're all jobbers. You're retired. You're working for the WWE Network for the pre-show. I thought we were going to take over. Like, what happened? Like, just have him be disgusted. Have him, like, all those other guys he talked to kind of make ruffles. Not reforming the Nexus, but, you know, making waves in WWE. Just being disgusted. And then all of a sudden, just doing off-the-top antics, cheating to win, going after the top guy right away. Just slowly build it. Don't do it overnight. Slowly build Wade Barrett. And I'm not saying give him the whole title. I'm saying make him a name. Make him a viable opponent for your World Heavyweight Champion. Make him a viable opponent. Create more dance partners for your world champion, whoever your babyface champion is. Make him a name. Don't make him just a guy. Oh, here's Wade Barrett. He does this. He had the IC title once, and don't just throw a belt at him and say, okay, this is going to make him. Because right now the WWE titles don't mean nothing anymore. So you got to go back and actually do some good writing on these guys. Okay? And you can't do the 50-50 booking. And that's another thing WWE does with all their guys. 1 week they win, 1 week they lose. 1 week they win, 1 week they lose. They need to bring more jobbers into the mix, man. I'm not saying go back that old school where every single match was just a jobbing match, but they need to make those type of matches here and there. You know, they need to bring certain guys in from NXT to get squashed every now and then. I'm not saying big guys like NXT. I'm saying guys like they just signed, or a few guys here and there. I don't think every single match on Monday Night Raw should be a jobber match, but they need some of those enhancement guys. You know, and that's what they need to do with Barrett, man. They need to rebuild him. They need to make him a viable name. So if a guy like Roman Reigns is your babyface champion, hypothetically, he can have a more than one viable. Instead of just taking one rivalry, let's just say hypothetically Seth Rollins, right? And instead of just stretching that storyline out for 4 or 5 months, and it's just unwatchable because the writing is so bad. I love long rivalries back in the day when the writing was good and the storyline was good to back it up, but these days it's not. So you got to do other things. You got to build more viable names. Right, back in the day, I would have loved to see a 6-7 month rivalry. These days, they do it because they have nobody else. They need to space out the rivalries because they don't have enough of big enough stars, and the writing sucks on top of that. So you need so if you're not going to improve your writing, you need to build viable names. I just told you guys how to build the name, and Barrett is a guy that I wouldn't just squash, and I wouldn't just have him out there with the League of Nations just to improve their numbers and make it a 4-man group. I would not do that. I would do more with him, make him more viable. I would turn back Rusev into the Russian tank and have him go nuts and make him a viable heel. This is what I would do with those type of guys. Anyways, that'll conclude for this video. I did 2 of them today. Alberto Del Rio and this one with Barrett. I will continue. I will hit everybody. I will go to Roman Reigns, Cena, you name it, Tyler Breeze, everyone that's on the roster. I will do a video. This will be a long series here. And after I cover everybody, we'll see what direction they're in, and I might do updates, maybe a part 2 on a character, and I'll definitely hit the NXT guys. I'm planning on growing this channel, so please jump with me, subscribe, let's grow it together, and I will see you guys for the next video. Take care, guys.